So let's talk about one of my favorite women in the Bible, Hannah, reflecting on 1 Samuel 1 1 through 28. I connect with her so well because I've yet to bore children. But today, this isn't what I'm going to focus on. I used to read this story and only focus on Hannah. This time, as I'm reading the story, I'm noticing the deep love that Elkanah had for his wife. Let's focus on how much her husband Elkanah loved her. Elkanah was a true worshiper of God. Yearly, Elkanah's household would go up to Shiloh for a sacrificial ceremony. Even though Hannah hadn't borne Elkanah a child yet, he loved her so much that he would always provide Hannah a double portion of food. Hannah would attend the sacrificial ceremonies yearly. However, the other wife, Peninnah, taunted Hannah because she bore no children. See, this is why it's good to only have one wife. Yes, I know this was their culture for monetary reasons. However, look what happened. This also leads me to the scripture in 1 Corinthians 10:23 that reads, "Everything is permissible, but not everything is beneficial." Okay, back to Hannah. Hannah was so distraught to the point that she wouldn't eat and would cry out often. Elkanah felt her pain and tried to comfort her and assure her how much he loved her. One day, Hannah decided to really cry out to the Lord. In her deep anguish, Hannah prayed to the Lord, weeping bitterly. And she made a vow saying, "Lord Almighty, if you only look on your servant's misery and remember me, and not forget your servant, but give her a son, then I will give him to the Lord for all the days of his life, and no razor will ever be used on his head." Unfortunately, at first, Priest Eli thought Hannah was drunk. It must have been some kind of sight the way Hannah was praying. However, Hannah was able to explain her plight and how she was pleading to the Lord to bear a son. Eli answered, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked of him." See, even Eli the priest gave Hannah enough respect to fully listen and understand Hannah's anguish. Eli blessed her and told her to go in peace. This brings so much joy to my heart, the way Hannah was fully encouraged. Oh, and let's not forget how the Lord Almighty really listened and granted her a son after so many years. If the Lord can give a woman respect enough to listen to a woman's plead, why can't a man or a husband? Back to Hannah's husband, Elkanah. He wanted her to come to the sacrificial ceremony, but she had other concerns, and he fully listened and considered her concerns. When her husband, Elkanah, went up with all his family to offer the annual sacrifice to the Lord and to fulfill his vow, Hannah didn't go. She said to her husband, "After the boy is weaned, I will take him and present him before the Lord, and he will live there always." "Do what seems best to you," her husband Elkanah told her. "Stay here until you have weaned him. Only may the Lord make good his word." So the woman stayed at home and nursed her son until she had weaned him. I loved how Elkanah actually fully listened and considered Hannah's views and feelings and respected her wishes. Hannah trusted the Lord so much, she kept her word and let the baby Samuel be raised by priest Eli. After he was weaned, she took the boy with her, young as he was, along with a 3-year-old bull, an ephah of flour, and a skin of wine, and brought him to the house of the Lord at Shiloh. When the bull had been sacrificed, they brought the boy to Eli, and she said to him, "Pardon me, my lord. As surely as you live, I am the woman who stood here beside you praying to the Lord. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord, for his whole life will be given over to the Lord." And he worshiped the Lord there. There are actually 3 beings that listen to a woman's plea. and didn't just dismiss her like she didn't matter. 1, her husband Elkanah. 2, the priest Eli. And 3, the Lord Almighty. Even though the man is the head of the body, he must have respect for the body, his wife. Therefore, they should both have a mutual respect for one another. If it wasn't for Hannah and her faith, we wouldn't know about the prophet Samuel. Thank you all for listening. Please like and share, and hit the notification bell for the next upload. Thank you. You all have a blessed day.